So what if Samsung's next batch of foldables continue to address pain points in a very bold way? Because yes, new information on Samsung's upcoming darlings show the outer screens must be fixed. The Google Pixel Fold continues to make sort of an appearance, even if leakers have been extremely slow about it. And listen, it seems that cases for Apple's new iPhone 14 features have already started to prove their usefulness, even if we thought it was a bit complicated. I'm Jaime Rivera, and I know Mondays are rough for some of you, but waking up to a frozen lawn only makes it worse. Trust me. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today are non-existent, but let's start the day with something pretty interesting. With the launch of iOS 16.1, Cupertino launched the SOS via satellite, which allows you, using an iPhone 14, to get in touch with emergency services using satellite connectivity when no cellular or Wi-Fi connections are available. And, well, last week, the first case of someone using this new feature to get help was reported. A man traveling by snow machine in Alaska got stranded in the middle of nowhere. Due to his surroundings, he was stuck in a really cold place with no connectivity, but still managed to activate the emergency SOS via satellite feature on the iPhone 14 to alert authorities about the situation. Then Apple's Emergency Response Center worked with local search and rescue teams and the Northwest Arctic Borough Search and Rescue Coordinator to send out volunteer searchers directly to the GPS coordinates that were sent to Apple using the emergency function. A while later, the man was rescued successfully and there were no injuries. And what's even more crazy is that Apple previously stated that the satellite connectivity might not work in places above 62 degrees latitude, and however, the man was rescued close to the 69th parallel north latitude, and even the trooper who helped with the rescue was surprised by the accuracy and the completeness of the information included in the initial alert. And listen, just props to where props are due. I mean, it's great that this stuff works. Now let's talk about nothing for the first time in a while, and I struggle with this name. But anyways, back in June, the company launched the Phone 1 with over 40 markets at the time, and well, the company said that it had no plans for a widespread release in the United States. And in an interview with CNBC, Nothing CEO Carl Pei said that they are in early conversations with American cellular carriers about launching a new phone in the United States. But sadly, he didn't mention any specific carrier or phone model. Now, Pei also stated that it won't be easy for his company to compete with Apple, and that there's a challenge with Android where iOS is just becoming more and more dominant. Notice what he says. He also acknowledged that there is a very strong lock-in with iMessage with AirDrop, and that's specifically among Gen Z users. That's a rising concern for me, he said. And if you're waiting for the next Nothing phone, well, you'll have to wait, because after the article about this interview was published, Carl Pei tweeted that Nothing's Phone 2 isn't launching anytime soon, and that they're focusing on doing a few things well and won't churn out dozens of products like other companies do. Moving on, let's talk about Google and its long-awaited Pixel Fold, because we might have the first benchmark results, and I know this has been like the unicorn. A device with the codename Google Felix is rumored to be the Pixel Fold and has made a run on Geekbench, suggesting that the device is in fact in testing and will become official next year. The benchmark listing includes a test on the new Tensor G2 processor with a Mali G7 10 GPU with a 1047 point on single core and 3257 in multi-core benchmarks. And yes, I know these results are not very impressive, but we already know that Tensor chips are not known for high clock speeds or ultra-fast performance, but rather AI and image processing optimizations. Also, the Google Felix was using 12 gigs of RAM, so yeah, specs are pretty much identical to the Pixel 7 Pro benchmarks, meaning that we should expect pretty similar performance. Now, in terms of design, the company's first foldable also looks a lot like the 7 Pro. It has the dual glass panels with a metallic frame in between and a triple camera, which could be the same 0.5, 1x, and 5x setup. Rumors also claim that the Pixel Fold will have 8 inches diagonal on the inner display and a 6.19-inch cover display at 120Hz refresh rate. And just to wrap it up, the launch is once again rumored for Google I/O, because that's where they'll have to tease what it is, but we'll most likely get the announcement and not see a product until the fall. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Samsung because we have the first reports on the Galaxy Z Flip5. Now, according to this new report from Ross Young, the upcoming flip phone by Sammy will solve two of the main issues people have with its predecessor. He reported that the new phone's outer display will go from 1.9 inches to 3.4 inches diagonal, making it much larger and useful. Yes, similar to the outer display on the Oppo Find Then Flip that we have been seeing in rumors, which is a direct competitor to the Z Flip 4 if it ever happens. Now, part of the report also mentions that once again, the Korean company will focus on upgrading the quality of the foldable's inner display in order to reduce the crease. Now, Young says that a new hinge mechanism is in the works and that it will reduce the visibility of the crease, but so far we don't know if it will also reduce the feeling of it. So yeah, we've seen Chinese competitors launching newer foldables and less visible and palpable creases, so it's about time that Samsung shows what they can do in this department. But anyways, in today's question, let us know, did you buy a foldable already? And if not, why? Because in my case, they're my favorite phones, period. I think that their functionality is fantastic, but that's just me. I would love to know if you've considered one or not in the comments down below. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me complain about the cold. I honestly hate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.